What's going on, everybody? Welcome to my 2024 New England Patriots mock draft. Now, I need everybody who watches this video to comment below. Let me know if you hate it, if you love it. I'm going to go each pick breaking down why I chose what I chose, and I even have a few facts about each player on why I ultimately ended up taking and choosing them. So comment below, and let's get into the mock draft. So first person off the board, Drake May. Drake May is one of the best quarterbacks in this year's NFL draft. I see him as a long-term starter and new coach, new quarterback. And I love the hiring of Coach May. I think it's great for New England. I hate it because I'm a lifelong Miami fan, so I'm like, hey, take it easy on us because I know he's going to bring that heat, and I think a fresh new face, a fresh new mind, a guy who played for the team, who has that pride, similar to Coach Antonio over for the Raiders. I feel like he's really going to get the players a buy-in, and I think this change is really going to bring that locker room alive. But what I like about Drake May, 6'5", 220. Tall, prototypical, well-built QB with superb mobility, very much an elite, you heard me, elite arm talent, generates high velocity with effortless throws. You know what I mean? He has a very, very quick release, and he can take and push the ball down the field and in tight coverage. Doesn't really have to strain too much when he throws. You see Tua, sometimes I feel like he strains a little bit. He's a pure natural thrower, Drake May. So this is a guy who's going to do great things in the NFL, truly. Then we have Braylon Trice, edge rusher coming out of Washington. Okay, Braylon Trice. Let me go pull up his stuff here. 6'4", 269 pounds. Every bit of muscle, very little body fat. This guy is very quick and has a multitude of moves that he can move on you. I like this guy. Some people say, okay, he's not big enough. Some people say he's not fast enough. I see a very fast guy who could take and knock the left tackle or right tackle, wherever they have him lined up, to the backfield in the quarterback's face. This guy is going to create plays for you, and definitely one of the best edge rushers in this year's 2024 NFL draft. Okay. Moving on, we have Mohamed Kamara coming out of Colorado State. This guy, in Colorado State, man, they were a team that was just scrappy as well, and he embodies the New England Patriots spirit. He's 6'1", and he not a super big guy. I want to say he's like around like 255 approximately. In his career, he had 28 and a half tackles for loss, and 16 and a half sacks in his career. And he's just a sack artist. I don't know this guy personally, but I predict him being the type of guy who says, hey, this game I'm going to get 3 sacks. He just creates plays. If you're a mobile quarterback, you could game plan with him. This is a guy, he's a 4-down, every down edge rusher, and you want him on your team. And if he goes to New England, he's going to be a problem. Then we have Jacob Cowing coming out of Arizona. Jacob is that guy. He's a dangerous slot receiver, one of the quickest receivers. And mark my word, when the NFL draft, when the NFL combine does happen, I see him being top 5 as far as fastest receiver in this year's draft. Could be number 1, but definitely top 5, maybe even top 3. Fits the game very, very nicely. He could create separation. I feel like that's what New England is lacking, is a true receiver, true number 2, true number 1, who can potentially create separation. Jacob could potentially be a wide receiver one day. I think he'll probably come in as a 3 and work his way up as he gets the flow. But what better way to have a star quarterback get drafted and then also have Jacob Cowing on your team? This guy, watch his tape. It will not disappoint, and he's one of the most exciting people to take and watch. The downside about him, he's 170 pounds, but he's tough as can be, and he can block really, really well. Okay. Taking and moving on, the next person that we have is Josh Gray coming out of Arizona State, 130th pick overall, 6'4", 306. He can move to inside guard as well too. Possibly move him as a backup tackle, but he could play out. But with his frame, he would do very, very well at guard. That's his natural position. Quick feet, ability to take and knock back opposing defenders. And if you need a person to protect your quarterback, Josh Gray is the man. He is that guy. Moving on to the all-time leading receiver for the University of Minnesota Golden Gophers, Corey Crooms, one of my favorite receivers in this year's draft. Corey is, as a young people take and say, he is him. He is that guy. Not super big, but very quick, gets release. I have two receivers in here, y'all. And the reason why is because I feel the receivers they have, they're very just complacent and they're just kind of doing enough. You know what I mean? Look, I think Juju Smith-Schuster is a great guy, and I think he should still be on the team. But at the same time, you got to get ready for the future. All right, Drake May's a future, and you got to have good receivers that are going to take and grow with him in the NFL. Moving on to is Rasheen Ali. Now, I saw him in the bowl game against UTSA, that's University of Texas, San Antonio, and they were playing against Marshall, which is where Rasheen Ali takes and plays. I'm going to try to get Rasheen on the show. I should be able to have him on this show sometime either in February or March. Rasheen is the perfect running back. He is a 4-down back. He's a big guy. When I say he's big, I want to say he's probably around 5'10", 5'11", maybe around 195, 200. This guy, he can catch. He has hands. You can create plays with him, and his yak is insane. He is literally one of my favorite and also one of the fastest running backs in this year's draft. What Raheem Mostert means to the Dolphins is what a Rasheen Ali is going to mean to the Patriots, and that's a name you want to get used to for a very, very long time. Then I have Josiah Ezra. Again, another guy I should be having on this March, February, definitely before the draft. And for those who don't know, if you're new to this channel, I do a NFL draft series where I have the actual players on this show, the actual people, exclusive interviews. So be sure to go ahead and check those out, y'all. But yeah, I have him coming on there. I want to say he's a first-team All-American, big dude. He's like a 3 or 4 year starter. Pass blocking is great. Pass blocking is great. Run blocking is great. He did get invited, I believe it was the East-West Shrine Bowl. It was either that or the Reese's Senior Bowl, but this guy can ball because he went to a smaller school. He's on slide a little bit, but when you watch on tape, if he went to a bigger school, he'd be a round 2, round 3 guy. So this guy can be an absolute steal. This draft, and you guys grade it. Let me know your thoughts. Maybe you hate it and it sucks, but I want to hear what you guys, the people, ultimately have to take and say. So I try to be non-biased when I do these. Y'all know, hey, I'm rocking with Dolphins all day, baby. But for New England Patriots, I try to be non-biased as if I'm not a fan of any team and give you guys the best people who are on the board. So in here, you're going to shore up that O-line. And here, you're going to get some of the best edge rushers. I actually went back-to-back, Braylon Trice, Muhammad Kamara. These guys in 2 to 3 years could have NFL offenses terrified and possibly had a game plan, especially Braylon Trace and Muhammad Kamara. Those guys are going to make plays for you. And then, of course, Drake May. What else can I say about the guy? He is absolutely stunning. But comment below, hit that subscribe button, and I will catch you guys on the next time with Touchdown with Doug Smith. Thank you for watching another episode of the Touchdown with Doug Smith, where we have exclusive NFL content and exclusive NFL interviews. Be sure to hit that like and that subscribe button. Follow us on social media. See you on the next one.